Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, LinkedIn. And good morning, Peter.
Yo,
Yo. Right. Well, we've got the view from Devices and the view from Aberdeen as well. How are you today, sir?
I'm great. I'm just looking forward to getting out my bicycle. I've got a converted bike. It's got
Right.
up, handlebars are up, and it's got a fast chain set on it. Unfortunately, I've got to wear this nowadays. I take that with me. It's good. And see this, just this picture behind me. I was up there the other day. This is New
Yep.
Aberdeen Harbour, but this was taken a couple of years ago, and it's fairly moved on from then. And
Yeah.
how can I turn that notification? How do I turn off notifications? Right. So that's I'll just. Did you hear that notifications, by the way?
I say
No.
good morning. Say good morning to John. Then we'll just things out.
Okay.
Morning, John.
Morning.
3, 2.
You were
Good
getting a
morning.
parcel.
Sorry?
You were getting a
You were
parcel.
getting a parcel.
No, I just failed to wake up this morning.
Oh.
Next thing I know, it's 10 to 10.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I still do not feel right from COVID, you know. I've still got a terrible cough
Yeah.
and zero enthusiasm.
My Sheila's the same. She's not recovered.
Hey, welcome to the show. And this is Blabbing for Britain, episode 338. And I just got a notification that we're live somewhere, so that's good.
338?
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was 3,338. That's how it feels.
All right. You right. Say good morning to Roland in wonderful Wiltshire. Morning, Roland. And to everybody else who's watching live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, possibly, never know, and on LinkedIn. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 314. That's the shot from Devices at the moment, and it's 16 degrees out there, which, according to Angelica, is nearly jeans weather.
And it's windy.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the temperature with you, Peter?
Oh, I haven't looked today.
Right.
I think it's going to be about 14% today. 14 degrees, sorry.
It's 17 degrees here now, rising to 21 is the forecast.
How's the new mobile phone? Do you know something? This phone, I will never, ever, 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 ever buy an expensive iPhone or nothing like that. There's no way I'm spending nearly £1,000 to drop in the ground. I'd rather buy 10 of these. This is the, hold on.
We can't see it because of the background, Peter.
All right, yeah. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a Motorola, and I think it's called Motorola 50, and it does the job for me. And I'll tell you what it does have, folks. It has a good battery life. That's more important to me than anything else. So,
I love my Oppo.
yeah, you said that.
This is the best phone I've ever owned, and I've had a lot of Samsungs as well. I just love it. It's great. It does fantastic night photography. Has a Hasselblad developed camera in it.
Well, this one, £199. It was going to be £299 just to get a cover for Samsung. Goodbye, Samsung. I'm sorry, but who owns Motorola, by the way? Is it Japanese?
No, Motorola is an American corporation.
Well, there you. Thank you, America. Well done. £199.
You do realise they used to make those in Scotland until about 5 years ago.
I do remember
I've actually been to the factory when it was in operation, When we sold Motorola computers 20 odd years ago, they held at their conference at the factory in wherever it is, halfway between the two big towns.
That comment, I don't know about being a Scotsman. The British are going to have to watch every penny, and there's too much just splashing out and things to look good. I can phone with it, I can email with it, I can take a photo with it. That's all it needs to do for £199.
And connecting to Wi-Fi and all those other things.
Everything. So
Phil's got to have a new phone, my lad. He's had the same phone for 8 years, but they're withdrawing USM3, 3G support, and his phone has to do 4G.
I just say we've got an echo.
No.
I can't hear any echo.
No, there's no echo. Roland would tell us if there was an echo as well.
I'm getting it. What's better? I turn the speaker.
Echo and the Bunnymen.
We were living in cardboard boxes. Well, a lot of
I
people.
bought a new Wi-Fi device yesterday. Hasn't been delivered.
Oh, what does it do?
85 centimeters by 60 centimeters by 62 centimeters.
Right.
It's a washing machine, and you control it from your phone.
Wow.
Just a minute. You control it from the phone, but it doesn't put the clothes in the machine, does it?
No, but it does everything clever you could ever think of. Our Melee is 16 years old and doesn't run all the programs all the way through. The cost of a man to come and look at it was in 3 figures. So I said to Celia, I think it's just time to bite the bullet and buy a new one. So we buyed. Where did that word come from? Bought an LG, a Lucky Gold Star. And you put your clothes in and it weighs them, and then its sensor works out what kind of material mix you've got in the clothes, and then it suggests the correct program for washing them. It has all sorts of features. You can set the time from your phone. It will alert you when it's finished its cycle, millions and millions of things. But the one thing we did like, because we have got a little granddaughter, as you both know, is you can steam clothes, only 2 kilograms worth, but you can steam clothes to kill absolutely anything that's on them in it, which is quite a nice feature. Another Melee with the same features would have cost £1,676. Really beautiful machine, German technology, but this Korean technology is costing me £636. Its recommended retail is $819, but it was on a bank holiday deal, and I had to order it yesterday because the bank holiday deal finished yesterday. So we're looking forward to receiving it. And in fact, a few moments ago, I got a text to arrange the delivery, which is pretty good considering I only ordered it yesterday. And they come, they fit it, they show you how to use it, and then they take your old machine away as well. And they don't charge for that. And now I can hear an echo.
Yeah.
You can both hear an echo.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not speaking. Okay, carry on for a minute. I'll refresh first. I'll be back.
We're not blaming you, you know.
Oh, you're.
And I'm not speaking.
I'm just volunteering to go first. I can't hear an echo at all.
I can hear it.
And
come on. It's when you're speaking, John.
You have an echo.
John, it's when you're speaking.
No, I hear it when you speak as well.
1, 2.
Yeah, I hear it then as well.
3, 4.
Right. Why don't we all refresh? I'll refresh.
I'll do it once at a time, otherwise.
Let's just leave the picture on screen. We'll be back in a minute. We're not going far.
host left the broadcast.
Okay.
We are live.
Right.
Can you hear
So
an
just
echo
saying,
now? I
I'm
can.
just saying, John, this is Aberdeen Harbour.
I've seen that picture before.
I know,
With
but
the
I'm just going to
Redbull in
say
the background.
it looks nothing like that now. I was up there the other day.
They've finished the
And,
work, have they?
oh no, it's not finished, but it's really looking like a deep sea harbour now. There's still a lot of construction to
Is this to
Right.
bring in the touristy ships?
Yeah, if we survive. Aberdeen uses where they've got one centre knocked down now, completely finished. It was an in-store one. We've just told yesterday that Bonnecord Centre, one of the longest standing shopping centres in Aberdeen, has went into administration.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
But Tesco's round the corner from you's all right on the way to the hospital.
Well, I've got to tell you, I was in
You're
there.
walking there lately.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying to you is that the shelves there are looking very bare. I don't like shopping there now because they've got two people on in a very large store and the queues are horrific just to go and get local shopping. That's how bad it's getting. They want everything to go through the scanners themselves, and even the scanners have got long queues.
I went to the co-op the other night to get some sausages on the bank holiday because they were the only people open after 8 o'clock round here. I thought it was a very small store, but it was like going into the TARDIS because the front's very narrow, but the back's massively wide because it's on a corner. But I was confronted with a scanning machine, but it was totally different from any other self-serve machine I've ever seen before. No
Yeah.
right hand and left hand bit where you move the goods across. You just scanned it and shoved it back in your trolley or your thing. It didn't weigh anything at all. Worked
Well,
fine.
I went into the gas line, and what you do there is they've got a scanner, and you actually drop it into a bowl. It's like a basin, and
Yeah,
when it goes down, it scans it.
yeah. I can remember, and I'm going back more than 20 years, going to an exhibition at Hanover. In fact, I'm probably going back 25 years. And someone rolling a trolley full of goods on, and all the RFIDs being read in, one go without ever removing it from the trolley. And I can hear my echo again.
I think we're just going to have to work through it.
Yeah, I can hear an echo too. It seems to be occasional. And
Yeah, I can hear Peter's echo
can
as
you
well.
hear-
I'm not echoing now. What's happened?
1, 2.
something weird.
Could be the system.
I think it is the system, Peter. If you can hear me,
Yeah, we can
I
hear
think
you.
it is the system.
Right.
I don't think
What can I tell you?
I don't think we've got any control over it. Am I?
Right. Right.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm beginning to. Everything seems to be running in slow motion.
Yeah.
Weird.
And Peter keeps disappearing bodily. His background thing.
Well, that's it. It's the background. Yeah, and you're quite still, John.
Yeah, because if I move,
Roland, how's
you
it?
get to see the headrest on the chair.
Roland's saying very poor quality today. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something weird is happening. Yeah, okay. Well, let's have a look on Facebook then. See what it's like on Facebook. Let's try and get to the bottom of this. Okay, as he takes out his Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Okay, which is for sale. Okay, I'm going to close that. Where are we live? I think we're live on my profile. Hopefully things being
Steve here is live wow, with Blabbing Pereira.
Right.
Sorry?
There. Steve here is live. I've turned the sound off now, so you did hear me while I switched on. But it doesn't appear to be in slow motion.
No.
It looks fine on the output.
Yeah, it does. Okay, I'll
turned
wait
it
till I get picture in picture.
Yeah, I see it.
We've got captions on. You
No.
can't see it, Peter.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I didn't see any
Over to
captions,
Roland.
but then I hooked in on my on my PC rather than my phone. Server overload.
Right. We spent a lot of time on technical issues. Can we get on to some real things now?
Yeah, Kherson, where your friend is, they're making incursions, the Ukrainians, into the territory around Kherson.
Yeah, I haven't. Do you know something? I haven't been watching it. It's just we've got we've got things to worry about ourselves, about somebody else's war. Yeah.
Are you going straight out on your bike after this, Peter?
Absolutely. I'm meeting my friends at Duthie Park at past. I mean, we're doing a lot of cycling recently. You've maybe seen it 23 miles, 15 miles, 25 miles.
But no 2 o'clock in the morning walking around Aberdeen lately.
No, I took a tablet last night and I got a good sleep. I can't walk nowadays. My feet are gone.
Is that
I'm
your
just,
plantar fasciitis?
it's plantar fasciitis and my heel spur is really bad. I was limping the other day. I had to. Well, let me tell you about something. Remember, we're over the ear buds. What are they called again, Stephen? The over the ear things we use.
Yeah. Aftershocks.
Aftershocks. So my friend's actually going deaf, and we go out on the bike, and we try to keep parallel on the bike. But every time, because she's electric, every time she does one pedal, she goes in front of me. And we have to try and meet up to speak, right? And we're going like that. Yeah, exactly. So we're going like this to try and speak, you know. So what I decided to do, Sheila never uses her once, so I took him with me and I put him on to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, wow, this is actually better than my hearing aids. It was crystal clear.
Brilliant.
And then, so what I went, so I'll tell you what I do, I said. So I take him with me and I give him to her. I can keep the phone on because we don't pay for communications, our phone bill as such. We get free, but it's okay. But I tried to buy another one that I've got because it's even better. She hasn't heard that yet. So I tried to buy a companion one for the one I have, but unfortunately they're sold out at the moment. But I might buy another two, which is about 300 quid for my friends. So us three of us go out usually, so we can all talk to each other crystal clear instead of shouting and coming back.
Yeah.
They're absolutely marvellous.
A lot safer, Peter.
Pardon?
A lot safer.
Oh, absolutely. You can have a conversation. She just couldn't. She couldn't believe it. She's one of these people that doesn't listen to me until I show and prove it, you know. And it's quite funny. But I tried out my bike yesterday, my other bike that I've got reconverted, and I was bombing away, and I could speak to her on the mobile phone. I said, "Where are you? Catch me up." And I'm around here. And it's been brilliant. It's been absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so that's what's happening.
Very good. And we can talk about football again now.
Oh,
Burnley are now third in the Championship. They won 5-1 last weekend. Mr. Company is doing well. So Burnley, well, it's early doors yet. It's only 5 games, isn't it? But it's better than I thought it would be. Because she's when a team goes down. There's 7 games. So,
well, two teams lost 9-0 on Sunday. Yeah, Saturday. Sorry, and both of them fired their managers on Monday.
Yeah, it's a tough game, isn't it? If you don't perform, you're out.
United, so both of them, you know, managers have been very successful.
Yeah.
But the Dundee United guy was just fired based on performance and nothing else. Whereas the Bournemouth guy, he was fired because he was a bit critical, shall we say, of the hierarchy, not investing enough money. It's only a game, isn't it?
It is, but it's a beautiful game, John. It's a beautiful game. It's a game of 2 halves. Right.
I'm glad to see West Ham have started to gel now and move forward.
Well, it's good to have a claret and blue side improving.
Yeah,
just like Burnley are, who are third in the Championship.
My claret and blue side useless, so we won't go too far.
Okay.
I'm one of those who wants to get rid of the Liverpudlian influence.
Right. The other thing to happen this weekend, in fact, on Tuesday and Wednesday, is that my son James and his wife Karen came to visit. Now, there's nothing unusual in that.
Because they live in Australia.
They live in Australia. So it's 4 years since we've seen them. So it was good that they were here for 2 days. Then they're going up to the Midlands. Then they're going up north. So we had a brilliant 2 days. I took them for a 7-mile walk in the morning, followed by lunch, and then we
siesta in the afternoon then to recover.
Well, they did. They had to after a 7-mile walk. They needed a fiesta. They had a siesta instead. And then yesterday we went to Laycock Abbey, which, of course, as we all know, is the home of photography, where the world's first photograph was ever taken. And they had some beautiful cakes and coffee. So that was a good 2 days. As a result of which, they're Blabbing for Britain. We're taking a holiday in February 2024 because we're going to Australia, which I'm looking forward to already. So we're going to go over to Australia for a couple of weeks, go to Brisbane to stay with them, and then go down to Melbourne and then come back. So that's my news.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Can I just say, if you put up Roland's X Factor comment, please?
Surely.
Okay.
That one?
Just to let you know, Roland, that the X Factor voice, I've actually been on the X Factor. You probably don't know about this, right? Because I stand in for a certain Mr. Louis Walsh, okay, when I'm shaved. Now, if you put up the next one about cycling, please. When that bloke told you to get on your bike, yeah, well, it was Norman Tebbit that said it, my hero, actually. And I did. I went and got a wasp bike. That's what I done when I started my business, because I'm a pest controller. So your 2 comments actually do mean something to me. Yeah? So there you go. You never know. And it's now, right, one thing I'm going to tell you about, I actually had an interview with our friends at Crisp last week.
All right, okay.
Right? They asked if I would talk to them. And the guy was absolutely blown away with what I told him. And I told him about you one day, Stephen, having roofers on top of you, right on top of you. And we never heard a thing. I told him about my phone being right next to the laptop and it makes me jump when it goes off, and you never heard a thing. I told them the dogs barking outside, and I told them about the builders next door to me making a racket, and you never heard a thing. And he was quite blown away with what I told him, you know.
Yeah,
So
great product, isn't it?
just asked if I'd meet him in. I think he's in Armenia, where he was talking as well. So it's absolutely brilliant, the gadgets that we have, you know. So
We need them.
just a wee bit of, I think crisp is one of the best inventions actually, in deco. And what else have I got? There's deco, there's crisp. That's two good ones for me, you know.
Yeah,
And yeah,
they're both good.
that's my bit of things to. Oh, and I'll tell you what new is coming. I don't, if you remember a Toastmasters, which I used to be, one of the things that we used to watch when you were speaking was how many ums and ehs you do. Okay. After a meeting like this, you can now go into Crisp and it will tell you how many ums and ehs you had. Okay.
No.
And the second thing, this is a bit embarrassing, this one. The other thing it tells you is during our last conversation, guess how much I spoke?
All the 80% of the time.
50% of the time it was me speaking, right? So I'm aware of that now. So I'm handing over to you two for a while. It tells you that as well. Brilliant.
Yeah, the stats afterwards are good. I've actually started using, because I'm now doing a lot of different things as well. I started using a program called Rescue Time, and I logged on to Rescue Time on Saturday, and at the top it said, "It is so many days since you last visited the website. Thank you for coming back." It's 2,294 days since you last visited this website. Welcome back. So 7 years after I last used it, I'm using it again. They never forget, do they?
What does it do?
Basically, it has one job in life, and it sits on your desktop and it monitors what you do. So if I am live now on Be Live, then it will take this as being an hour on Be Live. If I go hop off to Facebook, then it will measure the Facebook time. It measures the time on every single website you use whilst you're actually on your computer. And the idea is that you categorize the time you spend on each website as productive or non-productive, very productive, or just messing about. And the idea is to get a high percentage of productive, so that when you're actually on the computer during work hours, and you set the work hours, say 9 till 5 or 10 till 6, whatever you want, your aim is to get a high percentage of productivity time. So you can actually tell the afternoons when you are, well, when you're actually just messing about rather than working. So it's very good. It just measures your time. Rescue Time, all one word. And
I don't like that idea at all.
I do, because I'm now charging time.
Tell me I was doing 95% non-productive.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, I'm now charging time, and basically I have to prove to myself that I'm actually doing the time. Yeah, so I'm getting paid for 3 hours a week testing. So I've got to make sure I'm actually on that website 3 hours a week. Then I can prove that I've done the testing, and then I'll get paid.
Yeah.
So Rescue Time is a good piece of software. It's time to change Fitbits as well. This is the Inspire 2. The Inspire 3 is out. I have to change the Fitbit. Yeah. What else are we using software-wise? Oh, yeah. Otter.ai. I'm using Otter.ai for transcription. and I've got the paid version, and I can do 6,000 minutes transcription a month, which means that I could transcribe this broadcast if we wanted to. Yeah, but basically, I need a written version of when I review software. I need a written version of it so they can actually read and highlight it and work on it and take bullet points out of it. So Otter.ai,
I have seen that.
records mobile, records on desktop, and it gives you a transcription, and it also gives you the audio.
Okay, another bit of software I got is my friend and I were both like singing. My cycling partner, she goes round and does nursing homes and sings there and that. And but she's got an organ that she has to do again and everything. I said, why don't you just use a laptop with music in the background? She goes, yeah, I'm thinking about that. She's an older lady, you know. So what I looked at, I found one called Cara Fun, and we're paying £7 a month, right? And you can go online, and there's about 49,000 songs in it. You can change the key. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's like Tom Jones is too high for me, and he would hurt my voice, so I can take it down too. Now, not only that, for our subscription, we can actually save up to 1,000 songs on the computer, and we don't need the internet. So tomorrow, I'm going away down to Dunfermline, and I'm singing on behalf of the RAF Benevolent Fund, and all my songs are loaded up. If I can't get onto the internet, my songs are there anyway, you know, and it's a fantastic bit of kit. But there was a problem the other day with it. We were meant to be meeting at 3 o'clock, and I stood out here and I was pacing up and down, and I phoned her. I says, where are you? Oh, she says, I'm sorry. She'd been talking to the Cara Fun, and she was sitting singing and forgot the time. And I was fuming. I says, don't you do that to me again. She was like, no,
Just shows how good it shows how good the software is, Peter.
It is absolutely. I know you were a DJ, Stephen, and I looked at Sunfly. They're very well known for their good quality. They've got their own studio, and they've got a good quality song. So I looked up at a system had 15,000 songs in a box. You take it, you put it in, you plug into it, you put it in the screen, put it in a mixer if you want, because they've got some mixer. And I phoned them up. I said, oh, geez, this is £3,000. I said, okay, thank you very much. But
there's a different. I mean, if you're doing it professionally, then if it was your main gig,
that would be great for a karaoke host to go around to different places. If I'd still been doing karaoke, I've actually bought it, you know. So and it gives so much entertainment. Anyway, back to you guys. See what you want to talk about. Anything?
Back to John.
Hello.
Okay. Right. Okay.
It's difficult to hear, Peter, because the echo is massive.
Oh, we haven't got one. Do you want to refresh again, John?
Okay.
Yeah, there's something going on in the studio. I know I don't think it's going out live. Hopefully, it's not. Let's just take Roland's last comment while we're waiting for John to come back. Right. Okay. So we've still got that, and John is coming back.
Peter.
Hello.
Something, Peter.
Speak again, Peter. Now I'm back.
Right. Can you hear me okay now?
Yep, fine. So
right.
Obviously,
so it must have been you. It was you.
No, it's
Don't blame me. It's you, boy.
It's problems with the studio, I think.
Well, I think we've just got to carry on now.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay. Roland's still good, so it can't be that bad.
So, Peter, have you got to have insurance and a number plate on your bike?
It'll never happen, but I'll tell you. One, I've got insurance. I've got 2 insurances. I've even got breakdown insurance. If I break down on my bike, I've even got a thing called ETA, which costs me £18 a year, and they come and pick them up. So that's one. I'm insured with Cycling UK, and I'm insured for third-party damage. I've also got Slater and Gordon behind us, who, if somebody happens to knock me over or anything, get into an altercation, and I'll give them this as proof, then they will get some compensation from me. I am adequately covered. That is for sure.
It's Mr. Chaps that's proposing this, our
Yeah.
transport minister.
Yeah, and
But there's a switched-on cycle shop in Birmingham
right.
who are now offering a number plate fitting service for your bike, because
The
they've just
trouble I've got with
taken the
that,
opportunity to pounce and do a little bit of marketing.
yeah, well, good for them, because if it comes, I would easily do it. No problem whatsoever. But be careful what you wish for, because if I pay an extra insurance, because I already pay vehicle emission tax, right? And I'll have that slight edge, and I say, listen, I've got 4 vehicles on the road, and I'm also paying for a bike, so I'm wanting that path fixed, I'm wanting that pothole fixed, I'm wanting icing on our cycling path, and I'm wanting this, and I'm wanting that, and I'm wanting this, and I'm wanting separate segregation. Be careful what you wish for.
It'll fall on deaf ears, mate.
Exactly. Do you know that 50% of people, when they were told to wear a helmet in Australia, do you know what happened, John?
Well, they ignored it, but they can get fined because it's law over there.
Well, no, they gave up cycling.
All right.
Yeah, they gave up cycling. And that was from Norman Baker, who set up the cycling scheme and everything in Britain. Who doesn't wear a helmet? He doesn't. He told, it was on TV. He says, I don't wear a helmet. So there you go. The police can't even go.
I notice electric scooters. Electric scooters are legal in Birmingham, provided they're painted orange.
But they're rented, aren't they?
Yeah, they are rented.
Yeah.
And anybody can rent it, but they stop working at the city boundary, or give or take a couple of 100 yards.
I
So
think
you find them abandoned in Acock's Green, which is like a mile and a half down the road from me, because that's the edge of Birmingham.
the thing is, John, they've all got trackers in them, and somebody goes around picking them
Well,
up.
that's how the GPS turns it off. It's the GPS tracker. And now I can hear me.
I know. We'll just have to work through it. But
They're both echoing now.
yeah,
Well,
I think it's.
I'm listening to the live feed, and it doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
So
Right.
it's in the studio only, is it? It's stopped now.
Here's one of the things, right? I was reading yesterday that to charge an electric car is going to become more than getting petrol engine. That was what I read yesterday.
Petrol is expensive enough.
The average electric car is £17. This is Birmingham University, who are doing electric and hydrogen research on cars. They say at the moment it's £17. After the increase, it'll be £28, and next year it could be as high as £53 to charge your car.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I filled up my diesel wagon, my estate car, and it was under £100. It was £99.25p.
Well, I remember when it was £60 to fill my van, a diesel.
£60. I'm old enough to remember when it was 3 and 6 for a gallon.
Yeah, I know, but but so they're encouragers and that. So they're bringing out different things. They're saying, look, here's electric scooters. Well, I saw a cracking one the other day on. There's a company coming to Britain. They've already done it, and a lot of the couriers are buying it. It's an electric motor scooter, right? Which has got to be licensed. You've got to do your CBT, compulsory basic training, but it's no emissions ownable. You can go in, and the couriers are using them in London now, and it costs £1 to charge them up for 3 days, you know. So again, people are wanting us to get all these electric things, but they don't have the infrastructure for it. I mean, if I was to get an electric motor here, I would have to hang something out the window, going across the pavement, and then people could trip over it, you know. So it's going to be, we're probably dead by it all comes to fruition. Would you agree? I don't
Yeah,
know.
the man across the road from me, he's just got rid of his big fat BMW, and he's had a brand new electric Kia Sportage. And you know what annoys me about it? And according to him, you can't turn it off. When it reverses, it goes beep, beep, beep like a lorry does.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying because he often goes out sort of midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and you really can hear it, even with all the windows closed.
You know, the other thing I've seen recently as well is cars that can fly, little ones, and you don't need like a pilot's license for it in the future. It'll be like, do you remember this cartoon? Do you remember this one? Meet
Jetson.
George Jetson. Do you remember that?
The Jetsons, yeah.
Oh,
Mental
Jetson.
But isn't
yeah.
that 50 years old now, the Jetsons?
It is, but it was now. It was talking about things now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It's better than.
well, what will happen probably long after we are gone, but they'll jump into their car outside, they'll punch in a few buttons, just like they do in helicopters, actually. And the helicopter, well, the car copter, whatever you're going to call it, will basically take you where you're going. It will. That's what's coming. And we'll be up in the air rather than jam-packed in the ground, and it'll have buffer zones if you're getting too near each other, because they're doing that with drones. If you go into a restricted area, it doesn't get in, it bounces back off.
What about having what about having personal jetpacks? Where
I wouldn't be too keen in that.
Yeah, but if you misuse them, they burn your bum, don't they?
All right.
I don't know, John. I don't know.
Flip phone, yeah.
Star Trek. Yeah.
I've got a flip phone from Motorola's first flip phone because you know, 25 odd years ago we were selling Motorola computers, so we all had Motorola mobile phones.
But no, I think that really will be the future. Up in the air. Same way we're running out of burial ground, and what they're starting to build now is like skyscrapers to put people into dead. No, going up instead of down. What are they called? Mausoleums, is that the name of them? And that's another thing I've seen in it. Do you know Costco are now selling coffins?
What?
Coffins. Probably the
They
men.
have the cheapest fuel in Birmingham. That's all I know about Costco.
Is it?
Yeah.
We don't have fuel from them. Interesting. We've got a local garage that is 150 odd, and people travel to go to it now. He's clever, so he can sell these other things while they're there.
Have you
We're
noticed
163.
that unleaded has gone down, but diesel has started to go up again?
Yeah, we've got a 20 pence premium on diesel.
It's not quite that high here, but it's about 12 or 13p premium on diesel at the moment. But it's gone up at my local garage, which is an Esso. It was 179, and it's now 183.9. When I filled up the other day, I paid 177.9 at the big Tesco's rather than the little local Tesco's.
Roland, what are you paying per gallon or per litre gallon? I remember when petrol was sold by the gallon.
Yes, me too.
Can I just interrupt? Nice meeting you today, guys. I'm going to have to go earlier. Okay, someone just come up, and I'll catch you later. Take care. And I think, well, by next week we'll know who our Prime Minister is. That'll give you something to talk about. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye, Peter. Enjoy the ride.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, we will know. The result is gone. The result is announced on Monday. Have you been watching any of it, John?
No. What difference will it make to me? If somebody said to me, "Who do you want?" I'm afraid it will be Rishi Sunak, because I just don't like her. There's something about her that. Ugh. I mean, I welcomed Mrs. Thatcher. Everybody says I'm horrible and stupid for welcoming Mrs. Thatcher, but I did. Mrs. Thatcher did some fantastic things, but she stayed too long.
Yeah, she did. And I would like Rishi Sunak, but we're both optimists, and that doesn't guarantee
I
that
don't think
Rishi
it's going
Sunak
to
will be
happen,
announced.
unfortunately.
Yeah. And so announced on Monday, new Prime Minister takes office on Tuesday, having seen the Queen at Balmoral.
Yes, well, that's because at 94 or whatever she is, her legs are more tired than his, or hers.
Yeah. And Roland's putting.
He's leaving the country next Wednesday.
Okay, I don't think we need to that. 162 in Trowbridge.
Well, it's more than that round here. It's 165-ish round here.
Well, that's crazy because we're in the sticks. I mean, we we're not near a refinery, are we, Roland?
Small garages that have cut the prices.
Yeah, independents. Yeah.
I saw that somewhere just outside Cambridge was charging 156.9, but then 20 pence more for diesel. So the big problem I have is, as you know, I've been looking around for changing my car. It's 10 years old soon. There's nothing wrong with it apart from bumps and scrapes. And the biggest shock is that I pay £20 a year road tax for mine. If I buy a new 1 litre petrol, it's £170 in the first year and £140 a year thereafter. Hang on.
They don't
with a car that pollutes. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, they don't want us to drive, John. End off. But in order for that to happen, they've got to put the trains and public transport right. Have you noticed any changes with the train strikes?
No, it's been a bit quieter, but then I barely even notice the trains when they go past. I mean, the railway's about 500 yards from the house, and it's higher than we are. On an embankment. But having lived here 35 years, 36, maybe even 37 years, I just don't notice it. The only time I notice is when the whistle, because there's this great big girder bridge not far from us. The train on a Saturday and a Sunday, they run steam from Moore Street to Stratford upon Avon and back. I hear the train whistles because the steam train whistles as it approaches the bridge. The diesel, but the steam train does.
Yeah, I know that line particularly well. For 10 years, that was the train outside my door, which I took to go into Birmingham.
Well, I remember when you lived on the farm, and then you could walk up to the station, couldn't you?
That's right. Yeah.
My dentist friend lives between the farm and the railway station down there in Wowen. He's got a house with tennis court in the garden and a big field next to it.
That's the way to do it. No swimming pool, though.
It was my dentist for the best part of 20 years. And then one day he said, "I'm retiring in 2 months." Oh, great, thanks. Eventually found a new dentist. I mean, I've always been a private patient. You can't get an NHS dentist here for love and the money.
Well, I was fortunate. The NHS did a scheme with dentists last year, encouraged them to take more patients on. I got into that scheme, so I pay NHS rates.
Well, as I
I'm
think you know,
grateful
I
for.
had some work done here with
Yeah.
an abscess and the tooth drilled out and anything, and that cost me £20 short of £900.
Yeah. Mm.
I did
Let's
make
check.
he did make 9 visits, and he did work hard for his money.
Yeah.
And he was very good, and he kept saying, I'm not, you know, putting the final thing in until I'm 100% sure. Yeah. And so he did, it was like 7 months for the entire treatment to happen, but he was good and cautious and quite reasonable.
Right. Shall we take a look in the garden?
Yeah, but that's not
Okay.
you. Oh, that garden. I thought the
No,
video was, you know, you were going to claim to have a posher back garden with that video that's sitting there.
no. It's basically the neighbours' gardens, because I can't get the camera angle. Yeah, because the camera's indoors and it's got to point through the window. If I show you the view, it's actually set up like this. Yeah, it's actually looking out through the window.
Crazy curtains, Stephen. Crazy curtains.
Well, they are.
I've got a Venetian blind.
Right.
How do you make a Venetian blind?
Poke them in the eye, John.
Yeah.
See, the old ones are the good ones.
I heard another one on Monday that isn't appropriate today, but
Right.
it was black and white dogs are not allowed out today.
Why not, John?
Because it's a ban collie day. No. Okay, I told you it wasn't appropriate.
Okay.
Ban collie day.
Fine.
Yeah.
Roland, got any bad jokes?
Private care is creeping in.
Yeah. How do you make a Swiss roll? How do you make Swiss roll?
You push him down the hill.
Is that correct, Roland? Okay. And
Roland says we own cars that barely move most of the day. My wife has a car that only goes out 3 times. Well, okay, it goes out. It's used on 4 days. It goes to my daughter's on a Monday night. She stays Tuesday to look after the granddaughter and then comes back. And it barely does anything of that. And it's 7 on November the 31st. And it'll probably just have done 11,000 miles when it's 7 years old.
I think there are lots of similar stories to that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I go out the front door now, there'd be a car outside every house.
Oh yeah,
people at
well,
work.
we've got 3. You know, there's every one of the 3 of us that live here have all got our own car.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about Thomas taking his car to the garage?
Nope.
Leaving it with them for 2 days because it needed new brakes all round and a major service. It's got a mini John Cooper Works, which is like a rocket, 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds and all that sort of stuff. So he gets it back on the Wednesday and it just doesn't feel right. And he puts his foot down at the island and nothing seems to happen. The brakes seem to work. And he's had new discs, new pads. And okay, I know you have to wear them in a bit, but they put the wrong size discs on the front of it. So they put 260 millimeter discs, which is for a standard Mini S.
Yeah.
And he should have had 330 millimeter diameter discs. So
that's dangerous.
How they can do that, we don't know, but they did. But they did sort it all out. But,
Right.
I think they bought the discs from a third party, and I think it was probably the third party that sent the wrong discs, you know, OEM discs. And when they redid it, they actually bought the discs from Mini, which means they probably made a loss on the work. But he's got genuine Mini discs on it now, as opposed to Bembro, which is the third party. But Bembro are good because they make all the discs for racing cars and things. So, you know, it's not like putting rubbish on. Well, you say they didn't test it, but they say they did. So this is Roland says they obviously didn't test it, but they say they did. But when he took it back, they all went round it, and fortunately, the garage he took it to is literally, and I mean literally, round the corner from the Mini garage, a Mini and BMW garage in Solihull, well, in Shirley. And so he drove round, found the John Cooper's works, and looked at it and said, "No, they're not the same." So he took it back and explained, and they were very nice and reasonable and polite with him. But it was their mistake. And
Yeah.
they didn't deny it, they just owned up to it. But what happened was that the guy took the discs off in the morning and then left it on the thing awaiting the discs to arrive. And he stupidly threw the parts into the scrap bin instead of leaving them there so he could make a comparison.
Yeah.
I think he's had a bit of bollocking, to put it bluntly, but I said to him he should get his wife to threaten to sue, because his wife's a fully qualified solicitor, to threaten to sue them for endangering their lives. So,
yeah.
But he didn't want the hassle.
Okay, and over to Roland. And Roland saying, I had my car service and MOT yesterday.
Yeah. My problem, and it's not a problem, is that if I decide to keep this car, I've probably got to spend £1,200 on it, full service. And it will need, I mean, the brakes work fine, but it will need new discs and new pads all the way around, which is not cheap. And it's only worth about £3,000. And I kind of think that I'd rather put the £1,200 towards its replacement. But then somebody made a good suggestion the other day that we consider trading Celia's car in and replacing hers with a bigger car, because it's a pain for her now. She has the little one sometimes, because it's only a 3-door car, and then keeping this one and just running it into the ground, because obviously I go down the allotment a lot and I throw tools in the back and a rotavator and all those sort of things. So we might give that a bit of thought.
Okay, and Roland's saying it's worth spending on your car, on the car you know, rather than one you don't.
Well, this is the interesting thing. I've been looking at a Kia Stonic, which is their small SUV, and they had, it's gone now, but they had a 3-year-old one, which still meant it had 4 years warranty left on it, because you get 7 years warranty. And because it had done under £10,000, Kia throw an extra year's warranty in. So that was £17,500 with 5 years warranty. But a brand new equivalent model is only 20,800 with 7 years full warranty, 2 years breakdown, and all the other things you get with a brand new car. So I've been close to considering actually having a brand new car, because whatever I have will probably be my last car purchase as a business. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
And the accountant keeps telling me I shouldn't buy it and I should contract hire it, or CPC it, as they call it.
And over to Roland, who's played Blinder this morning. Second hand up in prices, new ones are taking ages to arrive. Supply problems. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's true of everywhere. I mean, you can't buy a Range Rover for love nor money.
Right.
And my next door neighbour, who still has not moved in, despite buying the house and exchanging contracts on the 10th of January. That's the 10th of January 2021, and they still haven't moved in. They're still doing things to the house. He's just his Range Rover is a company car. He works for Land Rover, Jaguar, and he's had to have one that's weeks old instead of a brand new one, because they haven't got any for him to have. He's had a better model than he had before. He's got a Velar, which is really nice. Got absolutely everything in, but he couldn't get a brand new one.
After the show, I'm going to go and listen to the recording and then go and chat with the engineers. But John, it's over to you.
Yeah. Roland's saying no lease. I'm VAT registered, so I can get half the VAT back. And if you PCP, you can put the entire amount as an expense. And then you have to pay 25% of the running costs. So that's why the accountant says I should PCP it, not buy it or lease it. Anyway, that's exciting times. Nice for you to stay with us, Roland, all the way through. I don't know what happened for our friend from West London. In hospital again or something.
Corinda?
Yeah.
Oh, I was only speaking to him the other day. So
every show, but we haven't seen him today. I just wondered if he was unwell again. Right, anyway, from me and Stephen and Peter, who buggered off early, it's goodbye. We'll see you soon. And we're back next week. And we will be here next week. I know we weren't here last week, but life overtook us. So
it did.
Goodbye.
Roland, take care. See you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Okay. Right. And we are...